Now I'm acting weird, funny. I'm just waiting on God.
Please do not send any hate or honestly comments of any kind to anyone mentioned in this video on behalf of me or yourself. The purpose of this video is to give my commentary and opinion on matters of public concern. Thank you.
A lot has happened since our last touch base, our last catch up, our last check-in, as it were. Spelled with a Z, as it turns out. But, okay, a lot has happened. There have actually, okay, so first of all, there's been some new developments, some stuff that had not yet transpired at the time my video about Woah Vicky came out. And then, you know, after the video came out, there's some stuff that's happened. We gotta talk about that. There's some other stuff that already happened. I already knew it happened, but I didn't feel for the time being at the first video that you necessarily need to know about it yet or whatever. I mean, you know, it was already an hour something and a half long video. So there was cuts had to be made. Okay, so we're gonna revisit some things that we didn't maybe visit for the first time, some things. The long and short is I still don't know where is Woah Vicky. I mean, I'm trying to piece together the timeline. We're gonna talk about that a little bit more. Yeah, so the final thing this video is gonna be about is, you know, there's new developments that have already happened. There's some other stuff we need to piece together. And I still don't know where Woah Vicky is. One of the new developments is there's supposed to be some one of these videos supposed to convince us of something. We're gonna get to all that. So it'll all make sense, I think, by the end of the video. Make sure you go watch part 1, but you don't have to do it before this. And yeah, let's get into it. If you don't know who Woah Vicky is, this is her.
Bitch, I'm really from these streets. I'm really from these streets. I don't do all that internet shit. Bitch, I'm finna pull y'all traps like you little dumbass. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Victoria Rose Waldrip, a now 25-year-old model, businesswoman, and rapper from Georgia, began her journey for viral internet stardom all the way back in 2017. This is when she first caused controversy by claiming that she was black. Also during this time, Woah Vicky prominently featured certain vernacular and vocabulary which is unacceptable in civilized society in her videos, which I will certainly not be able to play uncensored, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so then Vicky's big break would come around the beginning of April 2018. And March and April were some extremely busy months for Miss Victoria Rose Waldrip. She just turned 18. Okay, so before she even turned 18, Vicky, 17 years old at the time, had been arrested down at the mall by the Greensboro, North Carolina Police Department. And it was for kicking a police officer in the shin or something.
Why are you doing that to her? Get off of her! Stop! Get off of her! What is wrong with you? It's okay, Vicky.
And she was 17 years old. The issue for me is like, why is she in North Carolina? Why is she at the Four Seasons, the mall?
Yo, so what's up? Oh, they're here. Y'all finally here. Oh, man,
Good. I'm good. I love you.
I've been so worried, man. My stomach.
Hey, they broke his nose. And they gave him a concussion. Because they think they can do whatever they want to do. They can't do whatever they want to do. We're going to come back for them. They thought they could hold me forever. They can't hold me. 12, they can't
stop us. You can't stop us. Matter. Black lives matter.
Whatever y'all want.
Black
I'm gonna
lives
sue y'all
matter.
because y'all can't be doing all that. Y'all can't be doing all that.
You know, there's all these things that start, and I'm just starting to wonder, you know, what's really going on, because right around April, 2018, Vicky's whole life would change. That's whenever she got into the alleged so-called street brawl with Bad Behavior. Now, at the time, Vicky was like just turned 18 years old, okay? Like she was 17 years old. She got caught kicking a cop at the mall. And then, a month later, she's fighting with Bad Behavior and she's 18 years old. At the time, Bad Behavior is only 15, okay? So Vicky is a grown adult, and getting in a fight, a street brawl with, then Lil Tay was there, Bad Behavior, Lil Tay, and Woah Vicky. And aren't they still involved in some drama right now with Alabama Barker? I am sick that I know that. Maybe Lil Tay isn't involved. Maybe there's hope for me. But I really need y'all to understand. It's like March and April, Vicky turns 18. Vicky goes on the No Jumper podcast. She says her mom is black. She says a bunch of other controversial stuff.
I got to come to Atlanta and meet your mom, actually. That's the ultimate test.
Which, again, I just want to let y'all know, I'm not standing behind really anything Vicky says. I'm just telling y'all what I found when I looked it up, okay? You can have your opinions on her. But she goes on Adam 22. She turns 18. Well, she turned, not in that order. She turns 18. She goes on Adam 22. She gets in a fight with Bahad Bahabi, and it's unclear exactly when, because on the one hand, you have Adam 22 acting like the fight already happened whenever he had Woah Vicky on his podcast, but then it also seems like maybe the fight happened after the podcast, so maybe they were just I really am not exactly sure, but it was like right in the same exact time frame, like within a day is when the fight was announced and whenever the Vicky goes on No Jumper podcast.
I seen you at the Grove the other day beefing with Bad Baby.
Yeah, so basically.
But it was a literal grove. It was like a forest. It wasn't the Grove, the mall down the street.
And then she's like, oh, meet me over here. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm here. And then I seen her, and then her manager and stuff like had stopped her from,
Right.
Yeah.
But so she wanted you to meet her at the Grove?
Yeah, so she was like, since her manager and stuff didn't want her to fight there.
So then you went to an actual grove? Like a field?
No.
Oh, that was
What?
a joke.
That's my house.
Oh, but you said you told me to come to the Grove. Oh, I thought you were talking about that specific place that you were in that video.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because I had went to the Grove the day she told me to go.
Okay.
And then I made a video about it like 2 days ago. Yeah.
Outside girl, this cap, she told me to meet her at the Grove to fight. But guess what? Bitch, I pulled up and you wasn't in that. You scared, you know how I beat your ass. And you know that my music better than yours, and that's why you use a writer and I don't.
I don't like, if she wanted to squash the beef, I'd squash it. Mm-hmm. But.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are both doing real well in your life. Like, why waste energy on
I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I still beat her ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though now you're 18, she's 15, you could probably get in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna beat her ass though.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna do it, would you be open to like the other day, two of my friends had a problem. They each showed up with a big ass squad. They went down the street, down the block, beat the crap out of each other. Nobody jumped in, nobody pulled out any weapons or anything. And then boom, they were friends afterwards. And I was like, that never happens. And there's no video.
Are you serious?
I'm like, that never happens.
Yeah, that's
always
crazy.
somebody gets jumped, somebody pulls out a gun, or there's a really embarrassing video so that they can't let it go afterwards.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I probably wouldn't fight her now that I turned 18. But I would squash the beef for her.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you like her music?
It ain't bad, I ain't gonna lie.
Gucci flip-flops.
If it
Hit your bitch in my socks, yeah. Do you feel like you're the real version of what she's sort of like projecting? Do you feel like you're more authentically street than her?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I never thought about it like that. Would you go on Dr. Phil if you had the chance?
And this is 6 years ago.
Exactly.
You wanna run somewhere?
Oh, don't walk in front
You wanna
of
run somewhere?
Let them talk.
On this podcast, Vicky says that, there was this one very controversial song she had. It was the first one. She did like a diss track for this huge YouTuber who's Asian American. Maybe I don't know if he's even American. I really don't know. I just know he's like of Asian ancestry. And she put a controversial lyric in. It got removed from YouTube for hate speech, so I'm not exactly sure. I may even be able to repeat it.
Konnichiwa.
I don't know, it's just, there was some offensive stuff, objectively, offensive stuff that was put in this song, and Vicky was the singer of the song, the rapper of the song, and it was this beef, like this diss track beef with this big YouTuber. Well, she says, come to find out, her manager, who himself is of Asian ancestry, he's the one told her to put it in the song. Now, a lot of y'all are going to say that don't make it right. I agree. I'm just saying it's an interesting bit of information for me to find out on Adam 22 Grand Mason's podcast. And then come to find out, Harry, the manager, the Asian manager, he's sitting right there on the set. And so Adam asked him, Adam 22 Grand Mason, he says, Harry, well, how do you feel about it? What do you think about the song or whatever? He said he don't care. Don't bother him. So again, that's not me saying one side or the other. I'm just telling y'all how it happened.
What was it like when you decided to do a Rice Gum diss in which the chorus was bitch? Because I always thought that was a particularly interesting decision. And I also thought it was funny that there was like 20 black dudes in the video. And that apparently at no point during this did anybody say, hey, maybe it's racist in a diss song about an Asian American. And then you took it down too. So I know that you at least sort of agree with what I'm saying.
No, I didn't take it down. YouTube removed it.
For hate speech.
Yes.
Oh, internet gone mad.
And just so you know, this is Harry, and obviously I'm not racist because he's Asian.
Harry is her manager who's here. He's a little bit older of an Asian gentleman. He's wearing a nice suit and everything. But was he instrumental in the creation of this hate speech?
He helped write the song.
So you like the idea of the chung bitch? He said he doesn't care. He just doesn't care. Okay, how did the rice gum beef start though?
Okay, so we learned that, there's this manager involved. And then I start to get to looking into this manager, y'all. And it's very interesting because he is a politician. Pretty much like a lobbyist of some sort. I'll put his little bio up here. Very strange individual. I mean, it's just strange. Like, how does this person end up in a position where they want to be Woah Vicky's manager the same month or two that she turned 18 years old, right as she's moving to LA? And get this too, guess what else I find out on Adam 22 Graham Mason's podcast, Woah Vicky? She moved from her, home state of Georgia, hometown Atlanta, the suburbs of Atlanta. She moved to LA right at the same time she's turning 18. And she moves into a house with her boyfriend. Not only that, who else is living in the house with her boyfriend but the boyfriend's brother? And it turns out the boyfriend's brother is how Vicky met the boyfriend. And now they all living in the house together creating content. Okay, this is 2018. Then she goes on Adam Gray Mason No Jumper. And then she's fighting with Bahad Bahabi. She's putting out diss tracks with alarmingly offensive lyrics. And then we learn about this Harry guy. And not to belabor the point, but we need to talk about Harry in this article that came out. It's literally a hit piece from like a month later, 2 months later, something. It's like the same summer. What does Woah Vicky's manager think he's doing? A young political consultant turned manager wants to help his star client move from viral sensation to mainstream entertainer, and he doesn't care if she's lying. Okay, so here's the first pictures of him and Sarah Palin standing together. His name's Harry Tsang. What does Harry Tsang want? That was the question I asked myself when I stumbled onto his Instagram page and saw that he listed himself as Woah Vicky's manager. This is right as she's just moving to LA. He has since changed his bio to tongue-in-cheek descriptor, father. How many father-brother husbands, poppies, dads are we gonna see cropping up around here? How many? We talking about Harry. She mentioned him on her first appearance on No Jumper. Okay, so she had turned 18 by this point, and they get into her, controversy about the DNA Ancestry.com. Sounds like a good ad for them. Waldrip took her supposed new race as an opportunity to act like a caricature. I mean, these things I can't disagree with, okay? What does Harry Tsang want out of his work with Woah Vicky? It's a question that led me down a rabbit hole of viral videos, Facebook and LinkedIn pages, 9-year-old flexers, that's Lil Tay, Instagram celebrities, intra-Republican Party political rivalries, obituaries, wedding announcements, fake pregnancies, and even Herman Cain. And at the end of it, I wasn't much closer to understanding what Harry Tsang wants, but I finally understood why it was so hard to find out. There's a couple things from this interview. She interviews Harry, Woah Vicky's manager, right around the time that she was going viral for the fight. Lil Tay is involved. Woah Vicky goes on No Jumper. He's got this write-up about him. It's a hit piece. So his past job included doing outreach, reaching out to young people. The candidate that this guy was working for as like a young person withdrew from the race, so he didn't have a person to rally his, he was doing this campaign work or whatever, this political operative. He says, literally, quote, when his candidate withdrew from the primary in disgrace, the guy, this is Woah Vicky's first manager she mentioned on No Jumper, quote, I feel nothing. You have to understand, I was a political operative, so we don't have any feelings. The man told the interviewer, I was a political operative, so we don't have any feelings. I don't feel anything, he said. Okay, that's interesting to me. He starts Thunder Digital Media. Who's the god of thunder? Zeus. I just found that to be interesting. Within a few months, he was the director of Streamline Buzzer, a blog dedicated to reporting on YouTubers and their drama. And this is like really before its time. This is 2015. He started working with a YouTuber to help with the business stuff. This is Lou Taylor. Okay, so he says, online creators can make a much greater impact to the society than they have been, and eventually become the beacon of Western culture. Woah Vicky's manager, first manager, the one who seemingly put her through the podcast circuit at the beginning. I don't know. I wasn't there. Certainly was not there. But he was on the Adam 22 Grand Mason podcast with Vicky sitting off to the side. He said 2 years prior, online creators can make a much greater impact to the society than they have been, and eventually become the beacon of Western culture. That's fine. And I actually don't have a problem with it. I might even agree. But how does he go from that to 2 years later managing Woah Vicky proudly, openly?
Yo, you don't even do your freaking meet and greet right. You cannot just stay there for 10 minutes and then just go. I mean, that's...
And going with her on like a podcast like such as No Jumper, Adam 22 Grand Mason, he's aspirational to think that online influencers are going to be the beacon of Western society and Western, what did he say, culture? No, I do not consent. Absolutely not. Even on that podcast, you have Adam 22 Grand Mason telling Woah Vicky she's such a role model after she just got in a fight with Bad Behaby, somebody 3 years younger than her. Y'all, this is debauched.
Young girls need role models, so I'm glad that they can look to you and like sort of perceive your energy and feed off of it. It gives them like, you know, a role model. That's cool, I think.
Facts.
I do not consent. No, ma'am. No freaking sir, no. Now, importantly, I don't know if this guy still manages Woah Vicky, okay? He doubled down on that quote whenever asked for this interview. He said kids in high school don't know the traditional celebrities anymore. They know the people from online. Online influencers are becoming mainstream. When people discover stars, it's really from social media now. He said, I don't want anything regular. Can't you see I'm not a regular person at all? Basically, I'm a gatekeeper. I take the meetings and stuff. Right now, I'm sending emails and arranging the operation. I'm reading this verbatim. Anything else she needed me to do, I do it. Basically, I'm the gatekeeper. In fact, he didn't have any good answers to the questions that they asked about, you know, the race controversies and stuff, or any answers at all about why he was working with Waldrip. He just knew how she could make it big. Quote, the only way people get famous is really because you're interesting and there's some kind of drama. Okay, so that was Woah Vicky's first manager. I mean, I thought that was a little bit of an interesting detour. To take. Yeah, so who's he? What's he about? Who knows? I have no idea. That's a loose end, just like leaving him sitting right over there. I don't know if he's still managing Vicky. No clue. So this is all kind of part of the rise of Vicky. This is her come up. At that time, a lot of people, and still to this day, say that the whole Bad Behaby fight and all of that was obviously staged for clout. There's a lot of evidence for that.
I wanna wait till I turn 18 to sting me. You had a whole year. You think I'm finna go to jail for your ass? I'm grown. You is 15. You need to grow the fuck up. I beat your ass managers up too, and you. How you supposed to got all this money and you over here walking barefooted with your dirty ass? You ain't nothing but white trash. And your managers is bitch too. They can get it anytime, any day.
I believe that is what was going on, almost certainly. I think the same thing about the other girl, Hawk Tui or whatever. I mean, I think about like a lot of these people, it's like that's what's going on. So throughout the next few years, she would continue to have random spats with Bad Behaby, which somehow and for some reason were televised on live TV. And it doesn't, on TMZ, rather, not live TV. You know, it was part of her character or storyline or whatever that Woah Vicky had beef with Danielle Bregoli. And they really sort of shoved her out into the collective consciousness as like this like fighting, scrappy, you know, like girl that's just fighting with Bad Behaby all the time, who's 3 years younger than her. However, this would definitely continue to help grow her fan base, and not only her fan base, but also Danielle Bregoli's, because it's like people are picking a side. They get in this sort of, you know, cult mentality, we'll say. That happened. But Woah Vicky would turn over a new leaf, at least publicly, whenever she, like many Fashion Nova sisterin before her, including Blac Chyna and Brittany Renner, would turn over a new leaf and seek the Lord in one of his /her/their forms, and gave her life to Jesus Christ the Lord. Yes, she did. She gave her life away to the Lord, and she then would begin to incorporate Christian values of sorts into her content. You know what? I'll let Vicky speak for herself. I'll let Vicky speak for herself on this one. Let's some clips of Vicky incorporating Christianity and the Lord into her content.
What you think about Lil Nas X?
I feel like he needs Jesus.
What about Lil Uzi?
He needs Jesus too. They both definitely sold their soul.
how come every time in movies and in real life, all the time, like when something happen, like when somebody stubbed their toe, or like for instance somebody stubbed their toe, they be like Jesus, or they be like Jesus Christ. They be like Jesus Christ. Why don't they ever say Muhammad or Buddha?
Next time I'm out here, let's go to church.
Let's go to St. Patrick's Cathedral, one of the biggest churches in the country.
Is that Catholic?
But isn't Christianity isn't Catholicism a subset of Christianity?
No.
We have the same God.
Jesus?
But you believe in Jesus
Christ.
So you believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
And the Bible does look on the outside, on your tattoos?
No, it doesn't.
It does?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so I want to talk about Jesus. How did you become so religious, or like what made you love Jesus as much? Because you personally made me like restore my faith into like God.
Basically, nothing else works. You want to keep it simple. Fame, it don't satisfy you. The money, it don't satisfy you. Even people, they're not gonna satisfy you. Like your husband and your wife, they can't satisfy the part in you that only God can satisfy. No human being on this earth can do that except God.
And how come I always see Jesus saves? Why I don't ever see Muhammad saved?
And then she started spilling some tea on Hollywood. I mean, this is where we first started seeing Woah Vicky's previous mistruths come back to bite her, because she was talking about needing to give her blood prick at the Bella Thorne Halloween party.
Let me tell you, what they do is they invite you to these parties, these house parties, and then they be like, oh, Whoop the Whoop gonna be there, like your favorite rapper, the big ass person, and Whoop the Whoop gonna be there. Oh, before you get in, you gotta give us your phones and all this shit, and then they might do some gay shit to somebody, and then let me tell you an experience I went through personally. So I was with some friends in LA, and it was this big influencer party. Should I say her name? It was Bella Thorne party. So I got invited from some other friends. It was on Halloween. I already don't celebrate Halloween. That's the devil's day.
She's like, I didn't want to go to that Halloween party. I didn't want to go to that Halloween party. I was dressed as a cat with a headband, probably is what she said or something.
The party said you have to be half naked. I'm like, first of all, I ain't going half naked nowhere. Second of all, it was like a lot of signs that was adding up that night. Like the same night on Hollywood Boulevard, the party was off Hollywood Boulevard, some guy got on Hollywood Boulevard, so the whole street was shut down, so that was another sign.
And she was like, I get there, and it's like, first of all, they're trying to take my phone. I'm like, I'm not letting you take my phone.
Then we get to the party. You know, this is the beginning of all this COVID stuff, so we get up there. Oh yeah, you can't bring your phone in. I'm like, first of all, who ain't bringing their phone in? I'm bringing my motherfucking phone in. I don't give a fuck who you is. It could have been Kim Kardashian, and I'm bringing my phone. And then you gotta sign some papers. What am I signing some shit for to get into a party? Like, what? Like, I'm from Atlanta, we don't do shit like that.
Then they wanted to blood prick my finger, get some blood.
This is where it really threw me off. They said they had to prick your blood to get in. I said, oh no, I'm good. Everyone else went, I called my Uber and left.
And it's like, wow, that sounds so scary and spooky, but then there's a counter narrative out here that says that it was a rapid COVID test. Which, I mean, okay, fine. In and of itself, I could see how that's, you know, some context, but like, I ain't doing that. I'm going home on that one too. So in any event, bye, I'll see y'all tomorrow or whatever. So that would bring us right through about October 2023. That is whenever Woah Vicky finally did make her Zeus Networks, Inc. or LLC, whatever they are, debut. Now, a lot of people in the lore think, you know, Woah Vicky was on Love and Hip Hop, or Woah Vicky was on Baddies in the first. No, apparently wasn't until October 2023. And I did talk about this in the other Woah Vicky video I made, but it was like, you know, Woah Vicky was saying she didn't want to fight. She did not want to get into physical altercation on this show. And this show and this whole network does have a reputation and a propensity for, among other debauchery, having a lot of fighting on it. It's like, you know, if you grew up watching Jerry Springer, it's somehow even more fighting. It's got to the point, y'all, the most recent installment that they're doing for it, fighting was part of the audition.
Oh, hell yeah! We 6 seasons in. Show us why y'all deserve to come with us Hey, y'all been shaking ass all night. I'm tired of ass. Have you ever gotten into a fight? Yeah. I love bitches down. I'm a mama. Show me some. I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass right here at you.
Simon says touch your toes. Simon says touch your nose. Simon says fight one of these hoes. Let's go.
I gotta make a separate video on it. And they have to fight. It's literally like a gladiators. It feels like it's the gladiator games. We've reached beyond like beauty competition. Like it's not hiding behind anything anymore. It's just like savagery. Jerry, I mean, they were doing it on Jerry Springer. They were doing it on Maury. They do it today, I think, on them shows. They still playing, they still doing it. It's really not limited to any place or person, but it is, I think, limited to a certain type of demon, and y'all need to head down to get the exorcisms. But that's just me. Amen. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Okay, so Vicky's like, I don't really want to get in a fight. Now, I have a whole side conspiracy theory. Maybe I'll make a surprise witness about it, but I do want to just pinpoint it here, just kind of here. I have a whole side conspiracy theory that Vicky was auditioning for Zeus Network as early as when she had just turned 18 years old, and she just didn't have it in her to actually be getting into fights and stuff. So maybe they were just trying to get her like the fight cred through like social media, where like someone wasn't really going to beat her up, because maybe she really wasn't like as tough and bad as she was trying to pretend or trying to be put on as if she was like. And she's told Adam 22 that she came to LA for some type of audition for a reality show, and it was new. It was a new reality show. Again, y'all, this is April 2018. Guess what year Zeus Networks started, and the first baddies would have been casted, I guess, if that's the year it started. 2018.
I'm doing good. We just had I just came from another interview.
What was that?
It's like for this reality TV show I'm be doing soon.
Oh, really?
And it was on Hollywood Boulevard, and then after that we just came here.
Have you been on, like, have you had TV opportunities and stuff since you kind of blew up?
Well, like, I'm gonna be on Touch Point at the end of this month.
Straight out of Wakanda, it's Woah Vicky.
And I'm gonna be on Dr. Phil. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have my own reality TV show.
Really?
Like, it's gonna be a reality TV show. I'm just gonna be on it. It's gonna be like other influencers too. That's the interview I was doing earlier. But like, I really haven't had that much opportunity, because like I just turned 18, so now everything's like coming. Because I like, my mom wasn't really we didn't want to be involved. So, you know, when you're underage, you have to have like a legal guardian go with you everywhere.
So that's my conspiracy theory. I have no proof of that other than what I just showed y'all. Just take it with a grain of salt, whatever, for what it is. But I have a theory that Woah Vicky's entire come up from the very beginning has been in the shadow, in my conspiracy theory, of Zeus Networks. Maybe they didn't want her to come on the show, but maybe they didn't want, I don't really know. I could only speculate. But like, what reality show was casting a Woah Vicky type in 2018? And also all this other stuff involved. It just kind of smells like Zeus Network to me. And especially considering in October 2023, Vicky did finally appear on a Zeus Network show. It was the baddies of wherever, somewhere, whatever, at East, I don't know. So Vicky said, I don't want to get in a fight. She does a live saying this stuff. Again, her credibility, who knows? Who knows about Woah Vicky's credibility, okay? But she does this live. She says that she told him she didn't want to fight. First thing happens, she gets on the show and they fighting her, and she doesn't feel like she was really protected. And she talked about pressing charges. She talked about maybe suing, stuff like that. Okay, so that brings us all the way through October 2023. But Vicky tweets December 2024, she been kidnapped. Actually, that's not accurate. Vicky's Twitter account tweets, I have kidnapped Woah Vicky. Okay, December 2024. It's so crazy to think about this happening on the same timeline as the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively stories starting to kick up at the same time. It's like, doesn't feel like that's on the same timeline. So there's some weird stuff going on. I did talk about a lot of it in my other video, but basically what ends up happening is Woah Vicky comes out in a series of ways to recant that she's been kidnapped. And again, it was written in the third person. After Vicky came out, Victoria Rose came out and said it was fake, it was a joke, haha, it's a joke. Everybody and their mama just took her for her word. I mean, nobody really was asking a lot more questions. I should not say nobody. Because once Vicky tweeted that, I think there was a certain number of people that were like, no, this isn't a joke. I don't care what she says, not a joke. And so Law and Crime made a video chastising her. Other huge YouTubers have made videos, article after article, lots of pages. Woah Vicky faked her own kidnapping. Okay, so that's, if true, by the way. Horrible. And she should face consequences for that. And anybody involved should face consequences for that. That's absolutely unacceptable. So if it was a joke, if it was a prank, unacceptable. However, and unfortunately, I cannot fully buy into that. I don't believe it, frankly. I don't believe that it was fully a joke. That's just my opinion. So it's some people's opinion out here that Vicky wasn't joking. Whoever wrote the tweet wasn't joking. And so that was basically the groundwork for the last video that I made on this situation. Well, since that video aired, some things have transpired. I mean, one thing happened is I'm told, and I was in my premiere, so I was unable to independently verify, but I do believe that there is video evidence of Vicky being going live during the exact moment of the premiere of my video. Could be a coincidence, could not, but just wanted to say that. And I was told, again, I wasn't in there, but I was told that as soon as my video ended, she went off live. So she was live when my video premiered. Okay, then there was something else happened, this anxiety song. Y'all know the one that's using Gautier. Remember that one? It's dun, 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 dun. It's the same music, it's the same track. And so it's I got anxiety.
Somebody's watching me.
I don't know if we're going to be able to put it up. It's probably copyright strike, whatever. We're going to try to put it in here. But Vicky's getting her hair done, undone, redone, something. And she's playing this song over and over. Somebody watching me or something. Somebody watching me. I got anxiety.
Everybody go hit me up right now on Telegram. Telegram. Download Telegram, it's free. If you want to talk to me. Because I want to talk to y'all. I got something important to tell y'all. You don't see the link?
So then everybody starts saying, Vicky, she's in anxiety. Somebody's watching her.
And then click right here where it says my Telegram. The link not working for real. Or if you want to hit me up on Telegram.
So then she puts up this video with a lady who I don't know who this lady is, and they dancing, and Vicky's like, I ain't got anxiety, Lord Jesus Christ, save me from anxiety. I ain't got no anxiety, I got Jesus, or something.
Somebody's watching me. It's our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Repent and get right. We do not claim anxiety. We rebuke anxiety in the mighty name of Jesus, and we don't got anxiety, we got Jesus.
And so it's like, I swear, if this is like all a big trolling effort and like Vicky is in on it, that's really messed up. It's really messed up. And so I'm going back and forth, it's like something about it, maybe does feel a little off to me, especially considering the brother, father, husband, the dark field with the rest in peace on the wall, all that. But it's like, who am I? What do I know? I don't know these people or whatever. My video comes out Thursday night. Sunday, so days, plural, after my video comes out about Woah Vicky, a video vlogger featuring Woah Vicky posts a video. From when? Your guess is as good as mine. And so people are like, you gotta go watch this guy's video because it's so weird and it gave me a weird feeling and stuff like that. I mean, people are emailing me the link. A lot of people were adamant that I go and watch this video. And it's long. It's like 50 something minutes. It's like I got stuff to do. So I finally sit and I watch the video. And if this video was put out to put the public at ease, if it was put out to assuage any of my concerns, it's not assuage. In fact and indeed, y'all, this is an alarming video. Before I saw this video, I was kind of a little more on the fence. I'm still on the fence. I mean, I don't know, for sure. But after watching this video, I have more concerns. Like, first of all, this long ass video. Before we even get into it, look at this guy. What in the hell is this name check in effect? Okay. Before we even get into the Woah Vicky video, this man already had a video in this exact same place in Kenya.
I can kill him right now. Question, how's the women here?
The women? Yeah. They are good. My daughter is somewhere here playing.
Nah, I'm not talking about your daughter. Let's go. I'm not interested in seeing your daughter.
Mommy water.
Hey, mommy water.
Now, the Woah Vicky video is titled something like, go into the most dangerous hood in Kenya, in the world in Kenya or something with Woah Vicky. And the thumbnail is like Woah Vicky in this like skin tight Lululemon, not Fashion Nova. I will have the record reflect there's no Fashion Nova involved in this video. But this man has already made a video in this particular neighborhood of Kenya. And it was about a year ago, April 2024. And he goes to the same exact places. He talks to some of the same exact people. So here's this video now published not even a week ago today with Woah Vicky right in on the tails of my video coming out saying, you know, is Vicky trapped? And all throughout this video, this man is saying, see, I told y'all she was safe. People been acting like we controlling her, but we controlling her for the right reasons.
Vicky's free. Look at her right now. She's enjoying herself. She's living her life. You understand? You understand? She's living her life. You understand? But we control with good reason. Because over here, it's different than America. Free Vicky. Oh. Free Vicky.
No, she just wants to.
And other things of the sort.
She is free. She's here at her own free will. What's her name? What? Wonafula. Yeah. So her name is not Vicky, it's Wonafula.
Yeah.
So no Woah Vicky, Wonafula.
Yeah. From Western Kenya.
From Western Kenya.
Yeah. Luya.
Luya.
Yeah.
Vicky is a Luya.
Yes.
On top of the fact,
but she doesn't interact through lives anymore. She's interacting. She's just busy.
There's no father, brother, husband to be seen. Remember him? He was like the main star of the last video.
I know I'm go back.
I know I go back.
To American.
To American.
He seemed to be the one. Go. You know, he's the one. Doing the marriage, who knows if it's fake, she's being so unserious the whole time. Father, brother, husband is not here. So then I start realizing this is a different part of the continent of Africa. These are different countries. She was in Nigeria with father, brother, husband, but in this new video, check in effect, she's in Kenya. And then I'm looking at a map. Yes, I did have to look at a map. No, I do not have it memorized, but I am. By the end of the story, I'm gonna know where everybody is, where every capitals, I'm learning them. Y'all better call me Bam Margera at the end of this. I'm gonna know every capital. Have fun now. That's Nigeria. And you'll be pleased to know that in this video, Swahili is the language that's people speaking, okay? Anyway, so we have Woah Vicky. Sometimes she's in Nigeria. That's father, brother, husband, right? That's Lagos. Then over Hafana, okay? Then she, like, I'm just thinking like what she would have to do to get over there. Like probably what's happening, she's coming back to the States and then she's flying elsewhere. Then I'm starting to look at this video. I'm like, who are all these people? Because the same questions are here for me. Where are all the women? And yes, the guy did show there's this very strange scene where this man, I read on the internet that his name's Jeremiah. I don't know if it is or not. It would be a lot easier to call him that than Czech. It's like such a strange, like obviously it's not your name. But he goes up to this woman who's minding her business talking to these young men and he's like, got the camera in her face. He's like, see, say hello to the camera. There are women here. See, they were saying there's no women. It's like you had to walk down the alley to find one lady to 6 men or whatever, okay?
Team believe, team believe. See, there go women. They say there's no women here. There's women right here. And she's beautiful. She's so beautiful.
And all through this video, it looks to me, to the untrained eye, I wouldn't know, like Vicky and this guy with this pinkish, whitish shirt, they call him Elvis in the video, that they might be on some type of date. Or maybe like he's even maybe acting a little bit like boyfriendish. Like he's acting like, you know, guarding her, walking through the crowds. He's pulling her, you know, through the trucks and the cars in the street, you know, when they're, you know, trying to get across traffic. And then he also, reminiscent of father, brother, husband, does a little seemingly fake proposal. Now, what's in the box is not a ring. It's apparently a cigarette of some sort and some type. But Vicky politely informs him she don't smoke. She don't do that. So a series of more and more alarming events happen in this video. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. I wasn't there and it's a public video. So y'all should definitely sit through the whole thing, even frame by frame, I would even say, and watch it yourself and make your own opinion. But to me, one of the most alarming parts of this whole thing was, other than the things I already mentioned about the father, brother, husband, where is he, and you know, all of that, this market, Jambi, Farouk, they do everything over there. They sell clothes. They got a cafe that don't have any type of coffee. It's got fries and hot dogs. And then there appears to be like what used to, or what maybe in the future could be storefronts, you know, where the rolling awning garage thing rolls down. but it's like they're all closed. And then you got to go into it up to the top. And remember, the title of this video is The Most Dangerous Hood in Kenya, okay? That's what this man decided to title it. And don't even come for me acting like I made that up. No, I did not. And before you start, yes, he is Kenyan, and he says in this video he lives in Kenya.
Do you live in Kenya?
Yeah, Kiambu.
Kiambu. Oh, okay.
He has an amazing and incredible American accent. He probably lived in America. Maybe he's American too. I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't, seek paperwork or nothing, okay? All I'm telling you is what the man said in the video. He said in the video he's living in Kenya, and he said he's from the Luya tribe, the Luya people. And all the people in the video are the Luya people as well. Elvis is a Luya. They're all a Luya.
Wakanda? Like this. Wakanda forever, bro. What tribe is the Wanda?
Luya.
Luya also. We all Luyas. Oh, okay.
We are popular.
Yeah, we all Luyas, bro. We all Luyas over here. All Luyas.
Okay, and so they're doing this Luya thing. We're at the place. They got the things rolled down. They got this one lady limping, like she can't even walk, like she's hurting. She's opening the door, and she's kind of acting startled and off guard, like, oh, I'm working there. They're laughing. Ah, ha, ha, you working?
Leave.
I'm trying to...
You working? Okay.
Then Woah Vicky goes sit down on the bench with this man. She is cuddled and snuggled up. She got her legs in between his legs, and they sitting there like they waiting at the doctor's office, like they waiting for something or somebody. And they definitely aren't just there for food, because Vicky said, he said, we're gonna go eat somewhere after this.
Yeah.
He said that we're going to eat somewhere else after this.
Okay. Damn, I caught myself. I caught myself. Nah, I'm just saying I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Take some pussy.
As long as it's not pork, I try it.
There's a part of the video then after this bench waiting scene where, in check in effect, he goes down to the clothing shop. Vicky is nowhere to be found. I do not know where Vicky is. All of this apparently is being live streamed somewhere, and I can't find the live. So if I was supposed to be put at ease by that video and him yelling about how they got to control her because it's for the right reasons and it's different in Africa and it's different in Kenya, I've shown the ice cream ad to a few people, okay? And to me, this looks like a highly suggestive ad, okay, to me. But I've asked a few people in my personal life, and they're like, no, it could just be ice cream. Like, you're reaching, it's getting too deep. So, I mean, okay, fine. To me, it looks a bit suggestive, even if just to actually sell actual ice cream, I'll say. But it's like, what do you mean ice cream? You gonna call a number and someone's gonna show up with it? Or like, what? I don't really get it. I don't really understand it. Also, the guy in the white shirt popped back up. No, the white guy in the blue and white shirt. Oh, yeah. Remember, tonight won't be the night I want you. And baby, hey, mama. Y'all remember that duet we had the pleasure of listening to last week?
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again.
Well, yeah, we have another musical rendition performance of another song by the same guy at the, seemingly to me, same day, same table.
Girl, you know I don't need candles and cake, just need your body to make it. And
Birthdays.
And this kind of messes the whole timeline up because it kind of puts check in effect with Woah Vicky for quite a while. Maybe that's something he hasn't been hiding, but like for like a month. And it's over there on the eastern side of Africa where there's Kenya, there's Tanzania. Also, it appears that the video of that house, the rest in peace and all that, that was also most likely taken on that side of Africa, on that coast, Tanzania, and like around or near Zanzibar, something like that. So, yeah, this guy pops back up, the one that's talking about selling Vicky for 10 cows or something.
Cause I'm 9 for
he been me 10 cows and 10 lights.
He is also on check in effects Instagram right now at the time of the recording of this video. And then right before I posted this, right before I sat down to record this, Vicky posts a new YouTube video. I don't even know if I can show it to y'all. I don't know if it's going to be able to even stay up that long, but it's some type of, I think, sponsored ad video for a, what would it be called? Like a aesthetic injection clinic that does like facial, like a medical spa type place.
And I made my decision. I'm going to get my instant BBL. I'm so excited. I'm going to be thick. My comments going to be up the roof. Period. Yes, I cannot wait. Y'all stay tuned for this.
Vicky has very few clothes on, okay, in it, and she might have did that herself. She might have signed this contract. That's whatever. But it's just something's off about it to me. Again, something's just off about this whole thing. Something's weird. She's wearing gingerbread drawers for one, which maybe, you know, whatever. Like all these things are just things that could easily be looked over if they were happening in a vacuum on their own in isolation. But I don't know, y'all. Something's off with it. She's like mutilating her body. It don't look good. It appears that maybe that video was shot in Christmas. I don't know if it was in Atlanta, if it was in Georgia, if it was in Miami. Where's her mom? Who's this lady in the background sitting on the couch, cheesing, smiling? It don't look like her mom. I've seen her mom, don't look like her. Maybe she shapeshifted, I don't know.
Yes.
They're filming her at every angle. They're spreading cheeks. Cheeks are getting spread. And it's like, I wouldn't encourage anybody to watch this video. I actually contemplated whether I even wanted to talk about it myself, to even put eyes over there, because it just feels off and exploitative to me. But she's like, seems to be not happy at all in the video. She seems to be very sad, and I dare say it almost looks like she might be crying in some of the shots. And the first question that she asks is it reversible, or can I get it removed or taken out if I don't like it or whatever?
If I wanted to get it removed, is it possible?
Yeah, we can do dissolver and stuff. Yeah.
And
And then at the end, like there's this like added on video clip where she's like, but I don't regret it. I'm very happy. I'll probably get more, and I probably want to get it right here.
The results are amazing. The only thing is I want to do some more, I think. I'm going to get addicted. I think right here, what do y'all think? I definitely see the difference. I never had hips. I'm so glad I have hips. Period.
And it's like, y'all, again, I don't encourage you to go look at it, but like it's legitimately the type of thing where they like statue carve and like put it up as the ideal human form. Like that's how like nothing was wrong with this lady, nor did she need anything that it was. It's like she very, very obviously works out, okay? All this injectionables and stuff, no hate. I know people do it. I know it's common, but like, I think we can all agree there's certain people that really don't need it. I'm not one of them people. I probably use a little bit of it, but I'm just saying she didn't need it, and she also seems upset about it. And they didn't even put the injections in the normal place that they normally put them. They normally put them like to make your butt go outward, like where you're standing to the side. They didn't even put none going that way. They only put it on the side so that she looked like she had like larger hips. And again, if that's what she really needed, but she didn't seem to really be into it, is my point. And do we have like, you know, do we have the barrier of like Vicky, maybe she didn't want to hand over that however many thousand, hundred, whatever dollars. No, it was probably free. Let's look at it. It's like an ad. I've never seen a Woah Vicky video shot like this. It's screaming Zeus Network or Drewski TV Productions or something. Could have been, should have been something. And also, I mean, going back to Nigeria real quick, imagine you in an apartment. You look across the living room, the very scantily furnished. I mean, ain't very much in the apartment. And you got the guy with the gun so big it goes down to the floor. And another one, I renewed my question if she wanted to leave, could she? And here's a picture of her posted with some money posted after. And I don't know, I wasn't there, but all I could imagine was remembering that Lily Phillips documentary. Remember they rented that Airbnb and they had men coming in and out, and she said the next time there's a few things she would do different, and one of the things she would do different is security. What's all this money? Why does she have it? Where did it come from? Is it hers? If so, how did she earn it? I mean, I do remember Natalie Nunn saying she can make all this money in 15 minutes in Africa.
I need my step downstairs, I'm not kidding. If someone puts their hand or touches me on the way out, it's gonna be a problem.
I'm sorry you can't stay and take your elimination like a boss.
Bye, Felicia! I can fly to Africa and get that money in 5 seconds! I'm international, bitch!
I do remember Natalie Nunn saying if somebody don't do what she wants them to do in Mykonos, they get a busted lip and a busted eye, and you had Sharp the Pimp saying, you gonna be in Mykonos County Jail.
So when you get dragged and beat the up out of Mykonos, bitch, what's up?
Yeah, what's up with these pictures? I mean, seriously. Okay, bye.
I love Paul, I love Sheree, I love Helen. Thank you for the instant video. Period. God bless.
DJ investigate, she gonna find the truth. She gonna crack the case here. It's not a lie when it's paperwork. She will expose the truth. Daily updates for you. Better subscribe like I knew you would. We gotta stand for what's right. We gotta do for the good, yeah. I don't know what y'all have heard. That surprise witness got the word. We don't believe I need your mind control on me. We don't need your conservatorships, no. We doing right what's right for the kids. Whoa.
Y'all cannot control me. I control my own mind. You couldn't control me then. Still not in this lifetime. Can you send us down the pink angel from the heavens of truth? You don't want to debate with BJ. The studying law is what she do.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Woah Vicky. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and slap the notification bell so y'all can never miss a video because they couldn't help us.